Okay, so this is some old footage of some videos I took many years ago. This first bit must have been from before 2020. On the right you see a horse which at that time still was a stallion, a Garrano stallion. And on the left you see Melro, who was probably at max 1.5 years old. I don't know if he was already castrated then. He was castrated at 1.5 years old. Anyway, so the horse on the right belonged to a neighbor in a different valley, and he was always breaking out and visiting other horses, including mine. And he is the unplanned father of Rijo and Irene. So he was continuously breaking out. It was very difficult to handle. Often didn't have a halter on either, and I would have to catch him with a lasso, with a long rope attached. Anyway, at this bit you see that he's seeing another horse of mine, who is Aguadulce. He is the father of Aguadulce, Aguadent, and Carmelita. He sadly passed away. He was at this time already castrated. And this corral I made specially for this Garrano stallion because I could obviously not put him willingly into a field with all my mares. I often just had to tie him to a tree, and it could take hours or days before the owner would go and get the horse. So I made this corral so that he wouldn't hang himself on the tree. This was taken after 2020 when he was castrated. Finally, he still would break out. Obviously, he couldn't breed with my mares anymore, and he was a lot calmer, so he was easier to catch and all that. And on the left, you see Melro when he was a little bit older and already starting to grey a little bit. Still, the owner would not go and get him, even though he was easier to handle. Sometimes it could take days. So it was still a bit of a nuisance because although he was castrated, he was still a male horse, and my mares would get into heat from this horse, after 2 days. And then it would be mares in heat on the left, lately castrated gelding on the right, and the fence in between that he luckily was never broken down, but he was always a nuisance. Lots of screaming and all that. Then finally, at some point, she gave this horse away to somebody else. I don't know where he went to. Anyway, he's also the father of another mare from a neighbor who lived between the owner of this horse and me in a different valley, who is a month older than Rio. And, well, I'm just happy he's not here anymore. He was always a nuisance.